Still anybody's guess as to who's going to come out on top over in League Two. That's right, despite Walsall running away with the title. Who will join them in the promotion stakes heading into League One? We're going to get to that and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today we're looking forward to match day number 38. That's right, in League 2, and we'll get to it in a second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe and you want to subscribe for Blackburn Rovers, League 2, World Football. We're going to all hear under one rooski. That's right, busy week of action this coming week over in League 2, as of course a lot of the focus is, of course, on the international world, but League 2 keeps on going. We're going to take a good hard look at it in just a second. Of course, if you're new, smash your subscribe, and a big shout out to the members and patrons. You know who you are. So what we're going to do now, though, is revisit those last round of games, and then, of course, kick on forward to this weekend's drama. Sit tight, hold on, let's get into it. Alrighty then, folks, we are now going to turn the clock back to last week's drama, of course, and these were the results. Of course, my predictions on the left, the real deal is on the right. Of course, we start with Bromley, only picking up a 2-2 draw against high-flying tabletoppers Walsall. Meanwhile, Crewe and Doncaster also level, as were Swindon Town and Cheltenham. A lot of draws knocking around, as Accrington and Gillingham, the John Coleman derby, ended up all square on that one. Meanwhile, Bradford City did lose at home to Tranmere. They got the big first win, since, of course, Nigel Atkins was removed. Carlisle, they did lose to Wimbledon 2-1 as well. Colchester with an important 3-0 win, which puts them right in the mixer right there for promotion via the playoffs. Meanwhile, Morecambe 2, Barrow 2 in the Northwest derby there. Of course, Salford with an away win against Grimsby. Newport County beating Harrogate Town 3-0 over in Wales. Notts County losing to Chesterfield 2-1. Got that one spot on. And Port Vale with an important 3-0 winners over MK Dons. That's right. So, guys, it is Walsall, it is Bradford, and it is Wimbledon as of right here, right now. But that could change this week, as we got at least, we got a full set of fixtures, I believe, in League 2. So we're going to get into those in just a second. But the big mover, Colchester into that top 7. They have hit form at the right time. Port Vale and then Notts County, Doncaster Rovers as well. Going down, Morecambe and Carlisle still. And it looks like at the moment it's going to be those two. I can't see anything but those two going down at the moment. Of course, we are continuing the prediction league. I am still on the road. Of course, next time you see me, we'll come back and we'll bring you bang up to date with all of that. But I can't do it right now. So we'll jump into the next round of games, which, of course, kick off this coming Saturday, March the 22nd. Of course, we're going to start with a trip to Notts County. Let's get into it then, shall we? Of course, Stuart Maynard's boys are 5th in the table. They're coming into this on the back of just one win in the last 5 games. They are 5th in the table, 61 points. Up against Crewe and Lee Bell, who are, what are they? 8th, of course, coming at you heading into this match. They're rocking a 58% form, just one defeat in the last 6. And they've played Notts County 18 times since 2003. There's been 9 wins Notts County, 5 wins Crewe. There's been 4 draws between the two sides. Last time they played at this very venue was a 3-1 win for Crewe. That was back in February 2024. The reverse fixture at Grimsby Road was a 2-0 win for Crewe way back in November. Crewe, though, picking up a 1-1 draw against Doncaster Rovers. In fact, it's been back-to-back draws for Crewe. Coming into this, though, Notts County on the back of a loss to Chesterfield. The bookies, though, going at you right here right now, they're going to back Notts County right here right now. I'm not too sure about that myself. In fact, I am swinging that way. 2-0 winners, Notts County maintaining their playoff push and maybe even strengthening their automatic dreams. Meanwhile, Wimbledon are in those automatic spots and they take on Barrow right here right now. Johnny Jackson's boys are 3rd, 63 points for the season. They're on 42% form for them right now, winning twice the last 6 matches. Barrow, though, and Andrew Wing, they're 17th right now, unbeaten the last 3. Of course, picking up 44 points for the campaign. They played each other 10 times since 2009. There's been 4 wins Wimbledon, 4 wins Barrow. There's been 2 draws between the two sides. Last time around, over at Plough Lane, it was a 2-0 win for Wimbledon way back in February 2024. The reverse fixture, a 3-1 win for Wimbledon as well at Barrow back in November, though. Barrow picking up a 2-2 draw away to Morecambe. Wimbledon with that valuable 2-1 win against strugglers Carlisle this past weekend. The odds right here right now go with Wimbledon, of course they do. Barrow underdogs, of course, will expect to struggle in this game. So I'm going to go with a 1-0 winners Wimbledon. Not big, not enough, not crazy, but of course they'll get the 3 points to maintain their promotion dreams. Bradford City are also in that promotion mix. They sit 2nd right now, of course, with Alexandra at the helm, but they're coming into this on back-to-back defeats. Wow. Up against Colchester under Danny Crowley. They are 7th right now. They've won 5 in the spin. They're on 90% form. They are the team to avoid right now. They played Bradford 21 times since 2004. There's been 4 wins. Bradford 6 wins. Colchester 11 7 draws, that's right. And speaking of draws, it's been back-to-back draws between the two sides. However, both those games were at Colchester. The last they played at Vale Parade, it was a 2-1 win for Bradford back in August. Bradford, though, losing to Tranmere, of course, and Gillingham in quick succession, so back-to-back losses, back-to-back games without a goal. Colchester, they pick up a 3-0 win over Fleetwood, but it's been back-to-back home wins, of course. Last time they were on the road, they also picked up a win against Cheltenham. They've only conceded 1 goal, though, in the last 5 matches. This one's tight. Bookies go with Bradford on this one. I can't separate the two sides, I think. Going to sit on the fence with a 1-1 draw on this one. Meanwhile, Carlisle against Bromley's must-win territory now already for Carlisle under Mark Hughes. Of course, they're winless in the last 3, just 1 win in the last 6. Up against Bromley under Andy Woodman, of course, 58% form. They sit in 11th right now with 52 points. Now, they played just the one time since 2024, and it was way back in November this season in the reverse fixture at Bromley. Bromley, they're picking up a 2-2 draw against tabletoppers Walsall. Wimbledon did beat Carlisle last time around to make it a bit of a miserable time so far for Mark Hughes. The odds right here, right now, they'll go with Carlisle. They are favoured here. Bromley, not so much. I'm also going to give it to Carlisle in the end with a 1-0 win to take it to the house. Meanwhile, let's hop over to Cheltenham now as they take on MK Dons. That's right, coming at you at Cheltenham. Michael Flynn's boys are 13th for the table, 50 points for the campaign. Back-to-back games now unbeaten up against MK Dons and the Ben Gladwin. Just 1 win of the last 6 matches. Now, they played 12 times since 2008. 2 wins Cheltenham. We've got 7 wins at MK Dons, and there's been 3 draws between the two sides. Now, Cheltenham did pick up a loss last time around at this the reverse fixture. 3-2 win it was for MK Dons back in November. And the last time they played, though, at Cheltenham was a 0-0 draw way back in October 2022. Cheltenham, though, drawing with Swindon most recently. MK Dons losing to Port Vale. A right old miserable season, haven't they, this campaign. Meanwhile, the odds right here right now is quite tight, but Cheltenham are edged, favoured on this one. I'm going with them as well. 2-1 winners in the end. Let's kick on forward then to Chesterfield up against Harrogate Town. That's right, coming over at Chesterfield. Paul Cook's boys cooking with gas right now, but they're sitting in 12th with 51 points. They need some points more to get themselves closer to those playoffs. They've won 3 on the spin up against Harrogate, who are all the way down to 21st. They're on 58% form, just 1 defeat in the last 4. Now, they played 5 times, these two clubs, since 2018. There's been 4 wins Harrogate, nothing for Chesterfield, and there's been 1 draw between the two sides. Now, the last time played at this very venue, 7-goal thriller it was, going in favour of Harrogate way back in March 2020. 4-3 it was over in non-league. The reverse fixture also a 2-1 win for Harrogate way back in November. The odds on this one, though, Harrogate picking up a 3-0 loss to Newport. Chesterfield on the back of that big win, and Notts County 2-1 win it was way back when. The odds right here right now will go with Chesterfield, of course they will. Harrogate Town are underdogs. I'm going that way. 2-0 winners, boosting their chances once again. Let's go Gillingham then, up against tabletoppers Walsall. John Coleman's boys are 19th for the table with 50% form for them right now. 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. They've got 42 points. Up against Walsall under Matt Sadler, 42% form for them right now. Winless in the last 5. They are falling off the board, but maybe they just have enough to get them over the line. We'll see. 29 times they have played since 2001, 5 wins. Gillingham 12 wins. Walsall, there's been 12 draws as well. Last time around over at Gillingham was a 1-1 draw way back in February 2024. The reverse fixture at the Bescott was a 1-1 draw back in February. Walsall, though, also picking up a draw, 2-2 last time around, and also Gillingham on the back of a draw as well. Draws all over the place. The bookies on this one, what are we going to go with here? The bookies will go with Walsall on this. I think I might have gone that way. 2-1 win. They'll get back to winning ways. And that, of course, will add some more points to the bank. And, of course, we'll get them a little bit closer to promotion. Fleetwood Town up against Tranmere, of course, coming out at Highbury. Pete Wild's boys are 14th for the table, 49 points for the season. Just 1 defeat in the last 5. Up against Tranmere under Andrew Crosby. Unbeaten in the last 4 on back-to-back wins as well. 22nd in the table, 36 points for the season. They played Fleetwood 7 times since 2012. 4 wins Fleetwood, 1 win Tranmere. There's been 2 draws between the two sides. Last time around, over at Fleetwood, it was a 2-0 win for Fleetwood. That was an EFL Trophy Northern way back in September 2023. The last time they played in the league, though, it was a 2-1 win for Fleetwood back in November 2019 in League One. Now, the reverse fixture, 0-0 it was over at Prenton Park back in February. Fleetwood on the back of that 3-0 loss to Colchester. Tranmere on the back of that 1-0 win over Bradford. Wow. Of course, the odds right here, right now, what are we looking at? Fleetwood Town coming at you. They are favoured for the victory here, are Fleetwood, but not me. I'm going to go for another bit of a bounce back ability for Tranmere Rovers. 1-0 winners to give them a big old boost in the month of March. Let's go to Grimsby Town then. They're going to be taking on Newport County. That's right, coming out at Blundell Park. David Artell's boys, 9th in the table, 56 points for the season. They're coming into this on back-to-back defeats, just one win in the last 5 up against Newport County and Nelson Jardem. They've won 2 out of the last 4 matches. They're rocking 33% form for them over the last 6. They're down to 16th with 46 points and they've played Grimsby Town 24 times to 2010. There's been 7 wins Grimsby, 9 wins Newport. There's been 8 draws between the two sides. Last time around over at Grimsby, it was a 1-0 win for Grimsby back in April 2024. The reverse fixture, a 0-0 draw over in Wales back in November, though. Grimsby, back-to-back home games, back-to-back losses. This is their 3rd home game on the spin, but they've been a bit of an unfortunate ground. In fact, the last 3 they've yet to win. They've only scored 1 goal in the last 3 at home. Up against Newport County on the back of that 3-0 win over Harrogate most recently. The odds right here, right now, they'll go with Grimsby. I think I've gone that way as well, but it doesn't look good on paper. 2-1 win, though. We'll see if we're right or if we're wrong. Meanwhile, Port Vale taking on Morecambe, coming to at Vale Park. Darren Moore's boys are 6th in the table, 61 points for the season, just 1 win in the last 5. Against Morecambe and Derek Adams, 25% form for them. They are 23rd in the table with 30 points, of course. Just 1 win in the last 6 matches. They have played 23 times since 2007, 9 wins. Port Vale, 10 wins Morecambe. There's been 4 draws between the two sides. Last time around over at Port Vale, it was a 1-0 win for Port Vale back in December 2022. I was in League 1. The reverse fixture this season, back in November, was a 1-0 win for Port Vale as well. Port Vale winning 3 out of the last 4, and they're coming into this on the back of a win as well, beating Milton Keynes. Morecambe, though, could only draw with Barrow last time around. The odds right here, right now, of course, they'll go with Port Vale. They should do. I'm going with 2-0 winners as well for Darren Moore's boys. Into the final 2, we have Salford, I believe. Or maybe not. It might be postponed. We'll see. But they're scheduled to take on Doncaster. That's right. So Salford, of course, under Carl Robinson, taking on Doncaster under Grant McCann. This match taking place over in Salford. According to my data, 23rd of March. Scheduled. Played each other 6 times in 2022. 2 wins apiece and 2 bloody draws. That's right. Of course, Salford on the back of a win themselves. They're sitting in 10th with 53 points for the season. Up against Doncaster, who are 4th, coming into this on the back of a winless run of 3 matches, but back-to-back draws. Last time I played at Salford, it was a 2-0 win for Doncaster. That was in the EFL Cup this season in August, way back when. Meanwhile, the last time played at this venue in the league, it was a 2-2 draw way back in February 2024. Now, of course, the reverse fixture at Keepmoat was a 1-1 draw way back in November. So a lot of draws knocking around between these two sides. Now, Doncaster picked up a draw themselves against Crewe last time, and Salford with that 1-0 win over Grimsby. I got no odds on this one, so I'm going to lean towards, I actually lean towards a draw here. 1-1 in the end, big point in the bag for Doncaster to maintain their push. And Swindon taking on Accrington. Stanley, that's right, coming at you over at Swindon. Ian Holloway's boys are unbeaten in the last 5. They've drawn 3 in the spin, though. They're rocking 15th for the table, 47 points. Up against Stanley, John Doolan, they're 25th, 40 points, just lost once in the last 4 matches. They played 12 times since 2006, 5 wins apiece and 2 draws. Last time around at Swindon, it was a 2-1 win for Stanley back in March 2024. The reverse fixture, a 2-2 draw back in Accrington back in November 2024. They also played this season in the FA Cup, round 2, Stanley coming out top with a 4-1 penalty shootout victory. So they're actually unbeaten in the last 3. Stanley just lost once against them in the last 6. Stanley, though, on the back of that 1-1 draw against Gillingham. Swindon also drawing with Cheltenham. The odds for this, they'll go with Swindon. They are favoured here. I'm going with them as well. 2-0 winners, big boost for them and Holloway, and maybe climb a little bit closer to the top half of the table and more. That's what I think, and if I'm right, that's what the table will look like. It'll be Walsall, it'll be Bradford, it'll be Wimbledon, of course, but Notts County, Port Vale, Doncaster and Colchester will remain in those players. Morecambe, Carlisle still go down, and of course it just looks even worse for them at the moment. That, my friends, is what I've got for you. Of course, we'll bring you back up today with the Super Bro Prediction League, all that kind of goodness next time around, so of course stick by me there. Look forward to seeing you then, but until then, subscribe. Of course, I'm out of here.